Alright, let's get a move on. Ooh, right, I gotta... Got one little part of my setup. There we go, now I can monitor my chat. Ugh, won't ever get the most often. So, last time we basically finished the Frozen Wilds expansion, despite the fact that I was grossly underleveled for it. As it stands now, I took a quick look into the whole Fireclaw thing they're sending us against. We don't need to, and quite frankly, after doing everything else while grossly underleveled, I've done myself enough crazy. We're gonna go do something else. So wait, let's see. What do I have mapped? You know what? Let's wrap up Red Claw. Where on the map is that? Still relatively sure the game will send us that way. We can't do this just yet. This I don't really care about. Where's the proposal? Somewhere. I'm gonna save these for when I get sent. I'm sure I'll get sent to those areas soon enough. How about this? Yeah, okay. So, we should get this tall neck. So to wrap up, we're getting back to the main story. Namely, I'm hoping we can find out, what the hell happened? Right now, what we understand is, humanity faced a major crisis, economic collapse, climate change, etc., ending in what was called the clawback, where humanity basically managed to save itself. Robotics took some massive leaps and bounds advancements, and then it went into military production, and what we understand what happened is some military robots went rogue. Worse, these military robots could replicate and use pretty much anything they come across as fuel. End result, a constantly growing army of rogue machines bent on wiping out all humanity. Oops. We know it got stopped because, hi, here we are. We just don't know what the actual how of it. Excuse me, just want to check. Okay, I did not mute myself like an idiot again. Yeah, I need a lot more wire.
Ouch.
And my pack is empty, so that's a slight problem. We'll stay off the mount for now then, so we can just keep an eye out for stuff to grab. Rockbreaker! Or perhaps...
Dust.
Or perhaps not. Getting a lot of meds, though. That's good. I think I can jump up here, annoyingly enough.
Red light means trouble.
I'm not here. You saw nothing. Okay, you saw something.
Keep quiet now.
What the heck is that? Oh, trampler. Nope, that's too close. That's not the tall neck.
I'm picking up another signal.
There it is. I think there's a bellows back up ahead. Yeah.
Some kind of signal.
Whoa! Some Ravagers. Long legs. There's quite a few things out here.
I must be closing in on the signal.
Okay. So I can see right ahead of me is a spot I can get onto the tall neck when he comes back.
Okay, I need to get up to the tall neck's head.
Can I one-shot this thing if it gets close enough? Come on in, buddy. Nowhere near that close. That's a problem. Yep, here comes the horde. Okay, that thing's gone. We're probably going to die soon. You know what? Yeah, we're just gonna take the death. Okay. We don't hit hard enough to critical strike our Ravager out from full health. The Watchers I could probably get rid of, though, and they're probably the bigger issue, because if they find me, everyone finds me. Okay.
My focus is receiving another signal.
Need a ladle in, so we want to find this thing. Oh, yeah. I could probably call my mount in a pinch to act as a distraction. Okay, start creeping along now so they're less likely to spot you. That we could kill in one shot.
Something nearby is sending that signal.
Okay. Call this guy over and stab him. Back into hiding.
I thought they'd go on forever.
Okay, he's giving up and going away. Look around. Okay, he's not looking.
I just need to get on the Tallneck's head.
Whoop. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Do not want to get into a fight with a bellows back. Okay, this looks promising. And I can call him over. That's good. Okay. I'm not here. You can leave now. I'm not here. You can leave now.
Get out of this.
Attaboy. And everyone saw us, we're dead. These guys take decent enough damage from critical strikes, at least. Okay, we're down to just Abella's back. Rattlers are great for these things. Okay, he's about to lose his back. Okay. Thank you. This is not really the time for that. Okay, what's left? Actually, what's your weakness again? Oh, you have a spark weakness. Okay. Oh, out of ammo. We're getting somewhere. This guy's almost gone. Who's left? I'm going to need a lot of Ridgewood after this.
to your business.
Okay, so I somehow didn't die.
I'd have to leave something else behind.
Pay attention, fools!
I think this is where I could jump up from. I just need the tall neck to come back around. Oh. That'll help. Oop, nope, not what I meant to do. The only thing that kind of sucks, like, it's neat how this game's equivalent to towers are actual large machines that move around, but they have a very large patrol, so if you miss it, you're either stuck chasing it, and in this case, potentially getting into more trouble as you do so, or you're waiting for a while for the dumb thing to come back. Okay, we can hear him again. Yeah, we're on the wrong side. That nearly killed me.
This should be a good spot for jumping onto the tall neck.
Now I gotta wait for him to loop around again. Sorry about this. Actually, wait. Nope, didn't happen. My hope was I could have run past and jumped on, but
That's it. that was profoundly stupid. hurts. Better tend to it.
Things pause while I'm crafting, so let me just see. Can I make some potions? In case I ever need them, but I'm hoping to top the medicine pouch off again soon.
All right. Now I just have to reach its head.
Oh, this is interesting.
All right.
Keep them busy, buddy. Better yet, let's just ride off.
Come on, come on!
Send peace envoys to the Outlands.
Not what I meant to do. Okay, let's get down for a bit because I'm going to want to grab some stuff. Ideally, I'm going to want to get up down.
The Mad King Duran's summer palace. A bulwark of Carja might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this Aloy.
That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, hey, side quest.
Isn't hunger supposed to keep you sharp? I keep forgetting what I was doing.
They're scanning for me. She's very pale. Is she unwell?
Yes. She's a fighter, but the fever on her won't lift. It only burns hotter. Her name is Shiana, my sister.
Isn't there anyone in Sunfall who can help?
We're refugees. We know our place. And there's only one healer in the territory. He's difficult. His soul is in shadow.
His soul is in shadow.
Galiv. That's him. He's very clever, but he has little care for people. Perhaps the desert scoured it all away. Perhaps he was always like that. Either way, I know he won't help us.
Well, I'll see about that. Where would I find him?
Last I heard, he was patching up soldiers at Blazon Arch. Another border battle. I'll keep the moon from your brow.
Big story than we're hearing, right?
All right, let's go do this. Oh, that's my Strider. It's fine. Medicine, so it's not worth chasing.
Oh, useful.
All right, now we're starting to actually build up the pouch again. That's good. Oh, hey, what is this?
Can't carry
Reminds
more.
me, I should check my reward boxes. Sup?
Are you Galiv, the healer?
I had planned to spend the day gazing at the lands of my exile and feeling sorry for myself, but you're not from Sunfall, so this could be interesting.
I
came
already
from
want
the
to punch
tent
him.
city there. there's a sick girl. Her brother told me about you.
The answer is no.
What?
No, I can't spare the medicine, nor my time to administer it. My resources are already spread thin, thin as the soiled cloths I have to use for dressings.
Why won't you help?
Look at it from my perspective. What meager goods I can get must be smuggled in. That's expensive. The behemoth's share goes to the military. Of course, there are the demands of the Citadel. Helis's kestrels are so prone to sticky ends. What's left, that's for the nobles, who can pay well for my services.
Look at it from my perspective. A little girl is sick.
I think we are calling to each other across an ideological impasse.
Do I get to punch him?
What's stopping me from just making you do it?
I'd have to cause a situation. And you wouldn't harm the only healer disgraced enough to work for the Shadow Carja, would you?
Well, we've only just met, but yes, it's tempting.
Take it up with the Citadel. They decide who lives and dies. Nothing you can do would compare to my punishment if I use the last of my stock on a tent girl.
You're kind of an ass, healer.
There's no cure for a conscience, but in this line of work, I've built up an immunity to it. And yet, if you feel so strongly about this one girl, perhaps we can make a deal. My charity for a Thunderjaw heart.
I probably have
That's
one.
not how charity works.
It is how deals work. You'd settle my debts for a while.
Those parts aren't exactly easy to come by.
As it happens, a Thunderjaw prowls the Valley of Omens, north and west of here. I know it well because they expect me to put its victims back together. Runaways, mostly.
If I do this, it's not for you.
Oh, I'm not expecting you to do it at all. But I'll be heading back to the Citadel later.
I don't have the part yet. Your thunder...
In the valley...
Okay.
You won't just...
No.
We'd actually have to go pester a Thunderjaw. Oh, hey, there's a thing over there. Can I just hop up and grab it? No, but I can search the crate from within the water, because that makes sense. The Forbidden West. Expeditions into the Forbidden West. Reader, if you would know of the Forbidden West, there are none more qualified to be your teller than I, the considerate Udane, healer of Blazon Arch. Why? For I yet live, unlike the Outlanders who gasp or shriek the tales that follow. Foolhardy Blazons and madcaps all, they were brought to me near death, poisoned, mortally wounded, or driven witless by what they had experienced in lands beyond the Daunt. With such wounds, it was all I could do to ease their pain and try to make notes from their ranting. As the sun shines upon me, I cannot vouch for the full truth of these tales. I hope they will satisfy your curiosity and turn you from the path that leads these impudent explorers and daredevil trekkers to their deaths. Though each account differs, it is certain that the western lands are most unlike our own. Some cross deserts of palest white, others cross other deserts the color of fire, or even limitless sweeps of blue sand that seem to reflect the sky above, broken only by the remains of ancient machines. Others spoke of vast prairies of tall grass, each blade sharp enough to draw blood, dotted with shivering black flowers, or incalculable plains of dried mud cracked like a great mosaic. At night, unknown animals watch with glowing eyes, and strange birds, all the colors of kites and fireworks, chitter and call out in men's voices. Most extraordinary of all are those reports of a lake 100 times the size of the Daybrink, so wide the far shores cannot be made out, and so deep that an entire city of the ancients stands drowned within. The water is sour to the taste and sickening, and it's set to rise up and push back against those who attempt to cross. It would seem the dead cities without number have been consumed by the shifting dunes in the west, their skeletal towers mired in seas of sand. The wind is heard to sing in low, mournful song throughout these ruins, or through the skeletons of vast metal birds now fallen, or over great metal bowls nearly now filled with depths of black water. It's probably a whale. where fish dart like shooting stars. That song of ruin, rising from hum to a howl, still haunted these men and women as they thrashed and sweated in unquiet sleep. Excuse me, I need a drink. There we go. But through the western lanes are harsh, and even their beauty hides dangers. Not the land alone, it swells up all who venture in. There, that inflicts the brains and wounds suffered by those few fortunate enough to return. Yes, all have spoken of new machines in the West, machines more strange and terrible than any found in the Sundom. Their fingernails, dying witnesses have scratched out impossible shapes, or if they still possess several limbs and vocal organs, mimic jerking movements and imitate awful sounds, all belonging to the throes of madness. Men or men can live where the sun goes at night. These tales were most chilling. One spoke of drinkers of machine blood, their lips and tongues stained, their teeth replaced with metal. Another described youths as pale as ash, all wearing the same faces, who hunt silently and tirelessly in the night. So another told of a tribe, seen only from afar, whose folk busied themselves digging deep pits in the sand only to fill them in again for unknown reasons. While another tribe was only glimpsed in the waters of the Great Lake, riding their thin, dark boats. Oh, son, a half of me regrets scribing these stories, for they inspire questions that can only be answered by yet more doomed expeditions. And yet I must tell the tales, for what else remains of these poor and wretched men and women? They sought riches, they've found none to bring back, nothing save a handful of black silt, or a curiously stamped piece of metal, chunk of desert glass with shifting hue, or an odd smooth shell. Kept all these things to remind me of those who went in search of the forbidden and paid for it dearly. Reader, if you think yourself an adventurer, heed the warning in this old man's collection of strange small things and go not into the Forbidden West. So funny thing is, Horizon Forbidden West is a sequel. I'm thinking you go there. Be interesting to see how it compares. That said, I don't have Horizon Forbidden West because I don't have a PS5. Let's pick up some stuff. I really gotta restock. We're getting close. I'd like to get to 1,000, maybe 1,100 Ridgewood again. It's way more than I need, but that's kind of the point here. Actually, I haven't checked in a while. Can I make anything for capacity upgrades? Okay, that's the hunter bow maxed out. Actually, I just realized. Okay, he's close. I'll just run it. After everything I've just been through, hunting a perfectly normal Thunderjaw is really not an issue for me. I say that, I'm probably going to die a whole bunch, but... Again, I just finished the expansion, which is a lot harder, so... Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I got turned around again. This way, please.
can still get the upper hand.
Battle 2. Run over, give him a stab. Nope, the other one found me. Red Eyes are somewhat tougher than normal Watchers, but in the end, they're still Watchers. Ridgewood's becoming a problem. It's getting lower. Okay, I should be close to where the Thunderjaw is now.
This has to be the place. The Thunderjaw shouldn't be hard to find. Just need to see it before it sees me. Now, what were you doing out here?
Okay, I saw you just a moment. There you are. Could I really? Well, I could have overridden him, which would have been funny, but... Looks like his back weapon's been way. Oh, we could have some fun with this.
That one held.
Nope. It's still got its mines. And its guns.
Handy.
Okay, now we're gonna... Get your potions and drink one. Okay, start tying him down again. Must we? And he's down. Whoa. You didn't take the heart. That's annoying. I need to clear some space. I think I'm still carrying a couple normal travel packs. Oh, I'm still... Let's get rid of that.
No space.
Let's get rid of these. While I'm here, I'm going to sell off a lot of my cores and other stuff to free up some inventory space.
My uncle passed away in the night, but just yesterday he seemed well enough.
Strange element.
I have your machine part. A deal's a deal. See to the girl, and it's yours.
On my oath. But tell me, if this girl survives, what do you suppose is her future?
It's better than not having a future at all.
What a charming notion. Come, come, let's be quick about this. Kindness doesn't keep well in the heat.
Walk in light.
I used to see Uthid sharing his rations with the children in the camps. Hard to believe he's gone. When the weather's this good,
It's you. Hello again.
I've brought someone to see your sister.
How did you... What did we do to deserve... No, wait. I don't even want to ask, in case a shadow passes over and it's gone.
Smart boy.
She'll have his full attention, won't she?
Once I'm freed of other distractions, yes.
I still kind of want to punch him. Okay, now I want to go into Sunfall.
Forget about traveling light.
I want to go to Cell. What's in Buy, just out of idle curiosity? Yeah. You know what? Why not? I can never get a Shell Walker heart. We'll keep some of the bigger machine stuff. Skins are usually used in crafting. Keep Deathbringer, Rockbreaker, and Stormbird. You keep the lenses from the bigger creatures because they're harder to get. Like Scrappers, I don't care. Those are easy to go get if I absolutely need them. And I doubt they're used for anything extremely useful here. There we go. There we go. 6 full health potions. I'm gonna keep these because I need the wire for my rope caster. Oh, right. Free sample box.
He can't stay true. What hope is there for the rest of us? Would you like to buy some?
Red Maw has crushed all who hurt it. That's for now.
The Sun Ring, a proud tradition of Carja.
It's not like us in Meridian. At least.
Given time, I'm sure they've missed it.
What even is that thing? Oh, Behemoth. I don't think we ever fought one of those. Oh wait, that's where... Excuse me. That's where we came up, so I want to go around this way.
Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I...
Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment.
Thanks, Zavala.
Circulate.
If you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out here. Filthy mercenary bottom feeders.
I'll take the shards, even if it means having to listen to Bahavas.
I hear the Shadow Carja are looking for one of their own. Should pay well.
A bit of advice, Outlander? We're at war. You're either useful...
By the glory of the sun revealed.
Nice hat.
Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King. The light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law.
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think?
I was to say, I pity that kid.
Love your hair. You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside. I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
We both know you're no killer for hire. Uthid is innocent. So come see me while there's still time to save him.
So, the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel, gotta see the sun ring from on high.
Well, the Kestrels.
Ah,
Leave.
they want us to see this, boy.
The balustrade.
It makes quite an
It's a
impression.
short drop from there.
Gerard.
Oh, spiffy. That almost went horribly wrong.
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
It's a bit dumb of me, but I'm gonna risk it.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
Vents where?
I underestimated it. So by now,
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Oh.
We found it.
This just became very interesting.
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
From lounge staff to administration. Subject, another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators, fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who could do enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and won't behave, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
From his reception staff to admin subject, we need support too. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing CD candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused, some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. The Langbots are not sufficient. Mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. Whatever is going down here, it was, yeah. Thank you.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
Soundproofing. From lounge staff to admin, soundproofing. Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in lounge. Just a thought. This is getting more and more worrying the more and more of it I'm being told. Restock or else. This is again from lounge staff. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge section of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varieties, I am going to lose it. Please respond. And this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? Oh, jeez. I'm one for puns and wordplay, but even I wouldn't be that mean. Ah, good, good. It's giving me some much needed Ridgewood.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the...
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
This ought to be a hoot.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super weapons program. The Technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable.
Holy shit.
No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
I have the sinking feeling they did. It's just something seems to have set back the clock. Because, yes, we have a biosphere and there's people. So as far as I'm concerned, yeah, the robots won, but what happened afterwards?
They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Now, the good news is I have Leader Strike now. Come on.
The girl doesn't falter here, neither should you. Move.
Okay, sneaking.
Not what I meant to do, but it'll have to work. You know what? It's weak enough. One good whack will do it.
I'm done. Am I done? Let this pierce my soul.
You know what? Simple shots.
We're too close to let tribal primitives stop us now. The data points, what do they contain?
You know what? He's got an extra full health potion, so we'll drink one of ours.
Previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the Chariot Line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
You know, those complaints we were reading out front are pretty bleak now that I think about it. Because what was basically happening is they were gathering people and bringing them one by one to say, hi, we're doomed. We cannot stop this. Counselor guidelines. For debriefing after presentation 1, candidates must be allowed to ask questions and given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers of severe mental and emotional trauma. Ya think? Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with the data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements, Fiesta Swarm, and NMC-1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, NMC-1, 2, and 3. So you can counter a candidate's objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform any security personnel that the candidate is to be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note the real-time support will be available via your focus, security, and medical crisis teams are data corrupted.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
I dare say we're about to find out. I don't think we're gonna like it.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Can I take this with me? Because being able to shoot this at the next group will be useful.
Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes, by a machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how'd it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
And Hephaestus, taking over Cyan. I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Oh, hey. This scene adjusts for the fact that we did, I'm wondering, would that line show up if I didn't do Frozen Wilds? That's just neat. And yeah, it sounds like, okay, Earth Dies gets rebooted, but it didn't go properly because, yeah. Make your selection. You're now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. 1. Participation. You'll be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You'll be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week, and your communication with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. 2. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be fined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. A reasonable effort will be made to make your term or confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to feral plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, the detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Holy shit. 3. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation. I'm sorry, this is getting rather heavy. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. This is alarming. There's more. Hey, stop. Counselor Guidelines 2. It is, for debriefing after Presentation 2, it is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively to the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection, validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the immorality of extending their lifespan and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that, while the reward for Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentations many times as they wish and allow access to supplemental articles G01 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process the documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that a euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against his or her will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision data corrupted. So the options were to work for Zero Dawn, to try and basically save the planet by rebooting it. Your reward is something called Elysium. Seems to be some sort of sealed area the robots can't get to. The other option is indefinite detention, in which case you'll be kept as comfortable as possible for 18 months, at which point, when 0 day comes, you can choose to be euthanized or released. Good luck, buddy. The third option is to basically say F it and die then and there.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. It just told us just told ourselves we weren't cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's better than rapid innovation. A better competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom? I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard, to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
He actually brings up an interesting point. So many stories about how the AI goes rogue and aims for extermination, and yet here we are.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this, but the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry.
Finish it.
I was worried about this.
I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
You know what occurred to me? If you back up to when I very first started this game, we ended up in a metal ruin, and what logs we can get showed people in, I guess, various states of distress would be the best way to put it. Some were praying, some were just angry. What I'm trying to figure out is now, what was that? Was that Elysium, or was it just detainees? It was clearly at or around 0 day.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Medical wing
Security,
inaccessible.
for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you know? Get your hands off me!
And that guy chose to be detained, insofar far as we can call it chosen. No, this comes with us. I'm expecting more Shadow Carja. And
Intruder!
when they...
Get her!
Whatever you do, don't...
Weren't expecting me to come armed, were ya?
I'd have to ditch something.
I'm expecting at least one more fight, so this big boy comes with me. Actually, you have more to you.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one.
One of these.
Not your day, was it, little
Need
sweet
to
pea?
find the right configuration.
Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Right up, right down, left. Okay. Right. Left up or left down, right?
Done. I should check the door nearby.
You with me, buddy. Okay, looks like if there's another fight, I don't get to cheese it by taking a fire striker with me. Oh well.
Found one. Looks intact.
Or maybe I do, because I'm going back now.
That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Up, left, down, right, up. Maybe it goes the other way? Wait. It's upside down. Okay. So it's actually down, right, up, left, down. Wait, something's still off. Okay, so it should be down. Oh. Yeah, down, right. Wait, I'm reading it the wrong way. It should be down, left, up. Because I have to read it bottom from top, as bottom to top as well. So it should be down, left, up, right, down. Means I think I just have to turn you around now.
That did it.
Booyah.
Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
You did not. Oh, you jerk. That was my gun. Have fun exploding, buddy.
Farewell.
That guy's got something I can maybe take. Top off.
She's coming.
Oh, got ammo again. Okay, I see having all this projectile resist is some damn good stuff.
I got him. Try to run.
That's the last of them. Or not.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Give me that Deathbringer.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Let's drop it, because I'll probably want to grab his instead. Because he'll have a full set of ammo on it.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus.
Hold that thought for just a moment. From Elizabeth Sobek to Margot Shen. Subject, full steam ahead. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry Core and the Foundry site selection plan, add up a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail, consult with Iomedo Leo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers. Whatever we'll use to transmit the activation code, so any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for. Okay, so I guess the robots are meant to act as sort of sleeper agents. The Pharaoh Plague won't bother them because they're already machines. They quietly build the towers, which again, it's robots so they don't get bothered, and then boom, deactivation code.
As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it. If Hephaestus was part of a system designed to save life, why would it use cyan to make a cauldron? And churn out machines with no other purpose than to kill people?
Somehow it's gone rogue. I don't understand why or how. But whatever the reason, it explains why machines have become more dangerous over the years.
Because it's inventing newer, deadlier machines, but why? Okay. I think I can see that from here. No, I can't. Can I go back around to that? No, I think I have to come into that from the other side.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More Eclipse.
Careful now.
We are getting some good materials for the medicine pouch. As for the Eclipse, I have a Deathbringer. Oh, Death Spitter, I think it's called.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina El-Baji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Well, Apollo's gimmick was they were basically going to make a sort of... They were going to take it history, sort of sprinkle it around the world, and get humans to kind of stumble across it. Encapsulated DNA from Samina G to Elizabeth Sobek, Encapsulated DNA. And the winner is Encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions. Magnetic, optical, quantum, even that Eternity tech that FAST was shilling a year or so ago, but every other solution has had one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allocated space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300, 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and build reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 plus years. So long as I assure you that it doesn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from recognized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Till next time, peace be with you. Literal genetic knowledge. Huh. Apollo update. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known. As a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up, a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed the goal from that outset. We have attended curricula development about to begin. Speaking of heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia Personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate, which half my professor has been so entertaining. Peace be with you. It's a door, but I can't go that way. Hi, guys. Come on down, buddy. You guys want to come in? Now.
Look around. See if anything is left.
This is, quite frankly, amazing. Although the one critique I'll make is story does feel a little backloaded. Like, we knew something was up early on with the Metal Ruins, and it's only really coming to the forefront right now, and I know we're near the end of the game. I'm not sure I'm going to actually beat it tonight, but we're close.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation...
Wait.
Dr. Sobek.
Okay, I gotta
Dr.
play it
Sobek,
here.
please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please note that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
It's impressive that in his final moments he decided his mistakes do not die with him. He could have had himself stricken from the record or hid it all, but no. Instead, he sends a confession. It's good. So got some fighting, yeah.
This thing's dangerous.
Yeah. Is it me or did it refill because I... No, wait, this is the one on the other side. Right. Again, I want to keep carrying these weapons with me whenever I can, so that when I get to the next group of Eclipse, I have a nasty surprise for them. Though it looks like, yeah. Looks like I have to ditch it because I gotta climb.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol.
Oh, irony.
Ultimate killer app.
Oh, irony.
I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades.
Hi, Jacob.
To the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of
Thanks for the
Hades,
raid.
why does it want me extinct? And how's it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
If Hephaestus went rogue, why not Hades too?
That's what I'm thinking, but why? And what caused it?
Keep searching, and perhaps we'll find the answer.
So it sounds like Hades Hades fired at a bad time. It wasn't needed, but it went off anyway and is trying to wipe out humanity. I have the sinking suspicions something in it has set it to specifically wipe out humanity if it crops up. Noise complaints. From Travis to Elizabeth. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says that old TT codes to Bashcore straight up lying. And you know it. Old Rav don't have no truck with commercial razzle-dazz. Nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citrium runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. And to God and swear at my mama's grave, and she was religious. Now that ain't Bash or blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classic music, 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal themed stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen, or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no bashcore you'll see, or hear rather, in the screech that rends the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling swelling you up like you were Jonah trapped in the goal of a gothic deathfish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal, might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an Extinction Protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah, I don't think so. Stay cool. Yeah, this is the guy who I think earlier said that he's in this because he works for 80 years and then gets to spend 30 watching porn. Bit of a weird character. So, how are you? Oh, got another one to read. Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. It ain't worth 10-12 hours of dream time. What is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded a Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business, so we had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system in reverse operation, so I'd have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly re-reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. Swear ain't nothing Gaia won't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm not really describing it clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strong. Guess it's time to sleep in bed. I'll be back to it tomorrow. Alligators. Where am I going? Okay.
Looks like the only way onwards.
FZ chambers. From Patrick Rochard Klein to Elizabeth Sobek as FZ chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentations. Their reevaluation. Astonishing. I don't know what you had to give as far as Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved, nutrient delivery resolved, hormonal stability resolved, 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined to test these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand, but if the rest of FZ's technology is all this level, well, human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours and get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. PBK. What happens if I activate this?
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Rochard Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So,
êtes prêts? Let us begin.
So the plan for humanity was to basically clone it back into existence. Huh. And it looks like these... Yeah, it looks like stalagmites just grew up over the pods. Weird.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs.
Hold that thought a moment. Okay, development of the artificial personae for cradle servitors, nurturer, disciplinarian, healer continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. Stimulus-driven switching of persona, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer persona. I've also attached reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother persona intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. Parental argument, if you will. Amusing at first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I've attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings in just Data Corrupted.
Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Cradle sealed. Luthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across the Xinjiang province could detect it. Pingback from crucial systems is good for our maiden voyage a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Luthia 02 site inside Mount Muli, I will formulate a purpose and modified zygote selection plan within a week. Oh, right, I'm full of health potions.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
This has been interesting.
Us would benefit from antilopinate morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability. You're a quick study, Gaia. Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Megafaunal species. She probably means dinosaurs.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed. You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize
You're
that
not.
circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Well, I mean, it worked. We're here.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
It basically said, please put a gun to my head. That is weird. Where am I going? I love that we've been spending this game using it to perform that spear to perform overrides, and now it's like, nah, I'm just going to jam it in and wedge it open. Ain't that a change of pace?
Got too much already.
Odyssey has failed. From Elizabeth to all alphas. All. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of goats and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Elizabeth. They must have been trying to seed another planet as a backup. Oh, and let's get rid of those exclamation marks.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Reminder, early on we were found inside Allmother.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
more suitable death in mind for you, child.
We're probably going to the Sun Ring.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
I just noticed he has a bullet necklace.
I guess even a monster like you can have a glimmer of conscience. You didn't kill me right away. Turn your face to the sun, child. Dressing up murder as religious sacrifice so you could feel better about it?
No. I never doubted the righteousness of killing you. And yet, your words touch close to the truth. In my heart, I deemed the order to kill you unworthy of me. You were just a savage girl. So I thought at the time. Even still, I aimed to kill you, and yet did not. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it.
I have a feeling we might be finishing
you failed
tonight.
to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus, such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Huh, yeah, I'm right. We're at the Sun Ring.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day, soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day.
I'll have to IMDb this guy. He sounds familiar.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eyes of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow.
We have never fought one of these that I'm aware of.
Who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands.
So it's the Mad Sun King again.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use the strength against it. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. I should try luring the behemoth into the pillars.
Charge, damn ya.
Here he comes. Gotta get out of the way. If that platform collapses, I'll get my weapons back.
We're on it.
That makes a mess. He's coming.
Come on, buddy.
Gotta get out of the way. Getting ready to charge. If that platform collapses, I'll get my weapons back.
How is that even hitting me? I'm on the other side of the pillar. Alright, we'll need to try this one again.
That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. That makes a mess. It's down.
Okay.
Hey! Guess who got our weapons back?
Tie it down.
Big dumb target. Come and get it! Those components on the sides of his head. This has something to do with his drift attacks.
This guy is surprisingly susceptible to the rope ties. Gotcha.
Freeze can't stay on its head. Cryo arrows should set it off.
There we go. We're starting to blow stuff off. And he's taking a butt ton of damage for it. Tie him down one more time, and I bet we can finish this. That's one dead behemoth.
Shadows, kill her. Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
Oh, this is getting interesting. Oh, hi, Silence.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's Sacred Mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sun Ring at high noon.
This is true.
I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not.
I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Okay. Let me have a little look into something. What I want to see is this the final mission? If it is, I don't mind staying up late to do it. We've still got a ways to go. According to this, there's like 5 missions left. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it in a little early here. Next week will be Code Vein. And then the week after, I think we'll be able to finish this. And during that next week, I will start the voting for... And during that next week, while we're playing Code Vein, I will start the voting for... Actually, let me do something very important first. Let's go to a campfire so I can make a hard save. I was going to say, I'll start the voting for what game will come after this during the next week. I have to test a couple things, make sure they're viable if I end up getting them... If they end up the winning vote. But this... Okay.
This won't go quietly.
Actually, I don't believe... Okay, it's saved. Yeah, I'm thinking... Let me check. It's Heart of the Nora, right? There's like 4 missions left. I am betting that's just 1 or 2 streams. So we're going to stop here. While I'm here, my vote for what I'm going to do tomorrow should have closed. So let me go take that a quick look, give that a quick look-see. So tomorrow I'm going to be starting Horizon's Gate. All right. Meanwhile, let's see who's doing something interesting. I'll send you guys off on a raid. Ooh, hey, we got Combined Cregan playing Commander Keen. That works. So, yeah, see everyone tomorrow for her Horizon's Gate, and then Sunday will be Borderlands Surf Indian, and then it's Code Vein next week. I'll see everyone later.